Hey, this is a week 3 match between our very own Ablesyee, aka Superhaven, versus the AAA. I actually helped the AAA prepare against Superhaven because he asked me to. But this team, I'll let you know, has the capacity to just maul it. Like, you look at Nidoking right here, and what's his answer? Ice Beam, Earth Power, Ice Beam. 2 Sludge Waves after it rots and it's dead, and Scald is like, doesn't even 2-hit. I believe it's like a 3-hit KO or something, and Sludge Wave. So, and then you have Manaphy, which can, once it gets opportunity to set up, especially after Virizion is dead, gone. Hazards are going to be very essential in this, just looking at it from the AAA side. And he has various ways of getting to his win conditions. Also, Omastar also does a pretty similar job to Manaphy. So that's just 3 very powerful threats, minimum. And over here we have Ablesy's team, or I'll just call him Ablesyee since that's what he's going by here. Hippo puts in a lot of work versus his team. It's not like he has very good Earthquake switch-ins, so that's something to note. Jirachi just always does work. It can run a mid set to deal with Doublade's Spidef. I mean, lack of Spidef, but Jirachi's something to keep in mind. Gengar can definitely clean up late game when everything's weakened. Altaria finds opportunity once it can run just like Fire Blast and maul this Fire Blast, Hyper Voice, maybe Earthquake, but I don't know if Altaria has enough move slots for it. But if it's run the special set, everything dies except Nidoking, but if that gets weakened, then Altaria just cleans that up. Milotic, just scalding is such a good tactic. And then Virizion has really good coverage as well. Even though Doublade pretty much walls it, if that's cleaned up, like, the rest of his team crumbles as well. So a lot of AAA's defensive core rests on keeping Doublade alive. And I've been talking for about 3 minutes because these team comps are kind of interesting. Oh, I always forget music. But let's see. Okay, we have to go back to like what he led. He led Raikou. Hippo should have been an obvious lead, or Jirachi. Either way, Nidoking is pretty good. If he led Jirachi, he could have just gone Doublade, but I feel like Raikou was just the inferior lead, and it'll cost him. Because I've already watched this replay like 4 times. Vita, Ablesyee makes a good double into Virizion, as he gets some good damage with Leaf Blade. Unfortunately, AAA misses that Toxic, and it doesn't really matter that much. Like, Toxic was not the good play, but he goes for Iron Head here, gets a little damage on Hippo. Brings back Manaphy, which will soon die to this Earthquake, and there goes one of his greatest win conditions, just tossed out. So, Omastar comes in and Shell Smashes here, as Ablesyee goes into Rachi, which will definitely live whatever Omastar wants to go for. Goes for Scald here. I don't know why you're not running Hydro Pump, but you really don't want any kills, do you? And Energy Ball finishes that off. So it would have been nice if he got a kill with Omastar, but now two of his really good win conditions are just dead, and all he got out of it was a Jirachi kill, which he already had pretty much under control. Here he's going to sack his Raikou to a Hippo EQ, and now he's down 3-5 versus Ablesyee. And it's not looking too good right now. Nidoking comes in. I believe you can just go for an Ice Beam pretty safely. Yeah, and Altaria is dead. He didn't really need Altaria at this point, especially since these 3 mons pretty much deal with it effectively. So he gets the free switch into Milotic, and it reveals to be a flame orb. So this is so it doesn't get toxic, which I think is very smart, because toxic really whittles down my loaded a little too much, and now Clefty can't really beat my loaded in a 1v1. Or it can't even stall it out really, whether it goes for T-Wave or toxic. So right here, he'll go back into Nidoking. I believe he Sludge Waves here for some damage. Oh, it doesn't even kill Virizion. This must be some AV set. Leaf Blade doing 40. Because, yeah, this is probably some AV set. It feels like that did too little. My load comes back in, and I believe 2 Sludge Waves will finish that off. But yeah, as I said, Scald was a 3-hit KO on Nidoking. But it doesn't really matter because that damage is pretty much enough to seal the game right here. As he goes into Gengar, crits Shadow Ball like 3 times, and the game will be over. Doublade comes in. Even Shadow Sneak cannot kill. Like, unless he got a... Even if he got the crit, Doublade can't beat Hippo one-on-one. So that disable, didn't really matter. But good games to these two. It was a way quicker game than I expected. I believe the match was determined at lead, and through a pretty bad play, to be honest, with by toxicking. He just kept throwing out his win conditions and hoping that they would do some damage, but ultimately he didn't play with a plan. We coordinated his team to have a plan of action, but ultimately I think he just crumbled under the pressure and just lost all of his mons. He kind of brought it back, quote unquote. At least he made it a 0-2, but I believe Ablesyee had complete control over this match. So good games to these two, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.